come and join us today at Delamere Forest. Okay, we're back out, just walking into Delamere again from the Gresty Race car park. We're going to go up past Old Pale Hill. I filmed that before, so I'm not going to spend too much time filming this one. This is purely an access route into Delamere, and I'll film a bit of us walking around Delamere. The boy's with us and awake. How long that'll last I'm not sure, but we'll see. Well, that's the boy's feed done. I knew it'd have to happen soon, into close to the beginning of the walk, but he decided it had to happen within about 10 minutes of leaving the car park. So let's push on and cover some miles now. Sure you'll recognise Old Pale Hill. Cracking monument, lovely views. We've seen it before though, so let's move on. Seems as though the milk is working. Having the odd grizzle. He's on his way out. As is pretty typical given the British weather, it's just starting to spot with rain. I don't think I'm going to bother getting the boys' cover on. I've not brought a coat, it's too warm today. I'll just sweat even more inside a jacket. I've got the rain cover for the boys' Poco, the Osprey Poco, but looking at the clouds, there's only a couple of one really stormy looking cloud above me, so I don't think this is going to last very long. I may be made to eat my words, but I think this is going to pass over fairly quickly, so we'll leave it. He's fairly content in there at the moment, and we'll see what happens. Well, we used the Old Pale route to get in from Gresty's Waste. We're now at the main visitor centre. As you can see behind me, we've got the cafe, we've got the visitor centre, the bike hire, and the main car park. Pass through the overflow car park, but this is where the main hub is. If you go into the visitor centre, they've got all sorts of walks for the children, for people, not just for children, that are laid out, but they've also got the Gruffalo Trail and such like, which is specifically designed for kids. I said about there being plenty to do in the forest. You've got Go Ape here, they do the Segway, they've got the high wire, high ropes courses, I think there's a permanent orienteering course as well. And here's the high ropes I mentioned. All sorts of different courses, all sorts of different routes for any ability. Right, as many of you will have seen, I was out walking around Knipersley Reservoir yesterday, the Greenway Bank Park and Knipersley Reservoir. Fantastic area. If you haven't seen the vlog, watch this one to the end obviously, and then flick over to the Knipersley Reservoir and Greenway Bank vlog. Gorgeous area, some stunning old ruins, proper atmospheric in places. Yeah, well worth looking at. But I was round there yesterday, and I said at the beginning I may well be walking the Sandstone Trail in about a month's time, so I need to up my mileage, start working on my recovery, working on my stamina and such like. Well, I was out yesterday, I must have done about 8 or 9 miles. How do? 8 or 9 miles. So my legs, my ankles are feeling that today. I'm not used to doing them sort of miles at the moment. Certainly not back to back, day after day, so I'll be out plenty over the next few days and weeks, building up my stamina, building up my recovery and my strength. Yesterday I was out without the pack on my back, so on tired legs today I'm walking with a boy who's, I think he's something like 23 pounds now, plus the pack. I guess you're probably getting onto 25, 26 pounds on my back, which isn't a massive pack, but it's enough to keep me puffing. Milk's finally taken its toll. He was nodding earlier, he's well and truly out now. Well, the biggest part of this walk today is going to be around this mere you can see over my shoulder there, my left shoulder. We'll probably follow the banks around. It gets quite lumpy over on the far side, which will be a good workout. Hoping again for about 16k today, push out 10 miles ish. I don't know if I'll get it. Again, I'm time limited. I've got to go and pick Paul up from work at 4, but I've still got a good couple of hours to go at it. Any mileage really on tired legs is good for building up my recovery. It's all good. Every step's better than not taking one at all, isn't it? Okay, the water you can see through there is Blakemere, one of the biggest meres in the area, at 35 hectares in size. It was restored back in '97. The sort of flagship, the wetland that used to be here, a mixture of water and bog, and it is a fantastic habitat, a fantastic environment for a whole load of bird life. It's different every time you come. You can see where they've cut back all the woodland that had overtaken the mere. It's stunning. All the moss is in the boggy areas. Apparently it's sphagnum moss in there, and there's also an insect-eating plant. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called, but I'll have to find out more about that. I'll put that in a link in the description. I said about the segways, and there you go. There's another couple. And a further 3. Great way to get around the forest if you can't be bothered to walk. I can tell you I'm really feeling this today. It's a little wobbly underfoot, nothing too severe, but I just don't feel like I've got any reserves today. I feel knackered after yesterday and I'm having to dig deep to keep going. I'm about 4 miles in now and still maintaining the same pace, but as soon as on the flat and downhill, no problem. As soon as I hit a slope, I really feel like I'm having to dig deep to keep it going. I feel like I'm plodding, but I guess it's doing me good. Well, that's a stop for another quick snack and a bum change for the boy, not me obviously, and we're back on the trail again. Seems as though it's the summer holidays. There's plenty of people here today, plenty of kids. You can probably hear one of them's in a bit of a hissy fit in the background, but it's a great place to bring the kids for the day. Similarly, if you want to escape from them, you just get off of these broad, well-beaten tracks away from the Grufflow Trail, out into the smaller tracks in the woodland. You won't see anyone all day. Okay, so we've covered the loop right now around Blakemere. Stopped briefly at on the Grufflow Trail to give the boy a bathroom stop and a bit more food. That's right, little man. And we're coming back towards the main drag towards the visitor centre. We're coming back towards the overflow car park. I think we're going to take a right and head down towards, or away from the visitor centre more to the point, to pick up a route through to Gresty's Waste where we're parked. I've done close to 10k now. I think it's about 4 or 5k back to the car. So, although 16k was my target, I think I'll probably fall 1 or 2k short of that. But I'm running out of time. We got stuck in a traffic jam on the way down here, so I was short of time before we got started. It's a good leg stretch. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the boy has. He's awake and he seems to be enjoying himself. There's some contented murmurings coming from him. So yeah, I'll get back on the trail and I'll speak to you shortly. Okay, it's not raining, it's just a bit of a climb, and I've changed colour and started doing a plausible impression of a garden sprinkler. I said about getting away from the crowds, getting off the beaten track, and we're away from the Delamere loop now, and we're onto the away from the Gruffalo trail, a little bit out of the centre, and there's nobody. Peace and quiet again. I'll turn left in a minute. I'm back onto the sandstone trail, which runs through Delamere and out through Gresty's Waste. So I'll get onto the sandstone trail, and I may cross past one or two people, but I can guarantee I won't pass many. Well, this is our trail. It's our turn up towards Nettleford Wood, and you've got the sandstone trail waymarker. I was saying to you earlier about the uphills feeling like a real grind after yesterday's walk. Well, we're coming towards the end now. As you've seen, we're back out on the sandstone trail, heading towards Nettleford Wood. And it's not steep, but it just goes on. And yeah, I'm really having to dig deep. It's going to really be doing me some good. I've got to be burning fat. And that keeps me plodding on, but it's certainly pushing me at the moment. I feel like I could be running up if I was boy free, so he's doing me a massive favour, and hopefully he's gaining something from it as well. That tree line's where I'm aiming for. Hopefully that's where it stops climbing uphill. Looks a little further with no magnification, but it's still not too far. Well, that's the tree line and the uphill managed. I think through this gate, and we start dropping down into Gresty's Waste. You see the two sandstone trail markers. I think the one's pointing up to the left. You can probably see four actually. The one's pointing up to the left are alternative route. The actual route's straight on. Okay folks, thanks for watching. We're back to Gresty's Waste car park now. It's been a steady day, a plod because my legs were tired from yesterday, and that final uphill to the top of the Nettleford Wood, I think it was, or Nettleton Wood. Nettleford Wood, that's the one. That was a grueler, but I'm here now, I'm back at the van. I'm going to get a drink. Unfortunately the boy's asleep again, but I'm going to have to wait and get him up, put him back in his car seat. Give him some food, and then we've got half an hour between now and collecting Paula, so looks like it was well timed. Thanks a lot for coming along with me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. If you've liked what you've seen, like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, like, comment and share on Facebook, and then we're at Trail Trials at Instagram and Twitter. Okay, until next time, get out and find your own trail.